Are you panicked about this? Are you nervous about this? No.
A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Jakobi Meyers.
You're the wolf in your league. Go be the effing wolf.
Look at the release.
There's your separation.
Great route.
Stutter and go. Gets by clean.
That is unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Developed by Stanford engineers, OddsJam can identify odds that make you a winner every single time. Now you're asking yourself, okay, now how do they do this? OddsJam uses real-time data to spot discrepancies between different sports books to help users place risk-free bets. It's called arbitrage. Here's an example. Last week, the run line in a Rangers game was 2.5. If you bet both the over and the under at different sites that have different odds, it doesn't matter what the results are. If you place the right mathematical bet, you make money. Simple as that. Arbitrage requires no knowledge of sports. It's great, but it's not just arbitrage. If you want to shop for the best odds, OddsJam can do that too. For example, let's say you love the Packers money line. OddsJam will help you find the best odds for the most profitable returns. OddsJam has other tools and calculators too to help you make some of the best bets possible. Go check them out. Go check them out right now. Go to oddsjam.com. Let's talk about some buy low candidates while we can here. I know the show's going a little bit long, but that's okay. A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Jakobi Meyers. I'll throw Jakobi Meyers into that mix as well. Buy low on any of those three players.
I want to buy low on all of those players. And let's first start with A.J. Brown, because he seems to be the one that people are most pressed about. And let me just get this off my chest to start. In this house, in our house here, we do not panic. We do not get nervous about verifiably good wide receivers. I had people asking about A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf today. Like, guys, it's been 2 damn weeks. Number one, relax. Okay, it's been 2 weeks of the season for a guy like A.J. Brown who has seen 17 targets through 2 games. No panic. For a guy like DK Metcalf who has seen 16 targets through 2 games. Same as Tyler Lockett, you think the variance ain't going to swing back to DK Metcalf at some point? Of course it is. You don't know that there's any problem with his usage through 2 weeks. I think the fact that he's been getting some more layup looks is great for DK. But on A.J. Brown specifically, 17 targets through 2 games, 7 catches, 92 yards. I get that stinks.
Yeah, that hurts.
I totally get that stinks, especially against the Seahawks. But, he had 3 drops. He's not going to drop 3 balls every single game.
The thing with Jakobi Meyers that does have me a little bit concerned is that this passing offense is, again, not a lot of volume in the passing game. Obviously we love Jakobi Meyers here at receptionperception.com. I'm just saying in terms of what are you really going to move to go get Jakobi?
I bet people are going to drop him this week on waivers because he has scored a touchdown. He has just 82 yards in 2 games. But, man, from an opportunity standpoint, he's checking a lot of boxes. 15 targets through 2 games, 69 routes. That's only 1 shy. Nice, by the way. That's only 1 shy of Nelson Aguilar for the team lead. He has a red zone target. He has 79 routes from the slot. He's playing the exact role, James, that we projected him to coming into the year. And, Mac Jones is only going to get better with time. They're only going to open it up with time. But the fact that he has 15 targets, then it goes 13 for James White, 10 for Jonnu Smith, 10 Nelson Aguilar. There's still a clear-cut preference for Jakobi Meyers there. I think that he might get dropped. If he gets dropped, pick him up for sure. Difficult trade to pull off. You could also try to get him as a secondary throw-in piece.
That's a good call.
Trade and then
yes.
Okay, give me this, but also give me Jakobi Meyers too. Just throw Jakobi Myers in there. We'll call it a done deal. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. And with Jakobi Myers, it's Jakobi Myers was a guy that was. He was a fringe top 50 receiver anyways. As much as we like Jakobi Meyers, he was always ranked for us wide receiver 49 or something. So I think overall he's still going to return that value that you paid for him in drafts.
Antonio Gibson, Saquon Barkley, Michael Carter. Antonio Gibson, automatic buy. I love the way he's running right now. He looks awesome on the ground, and I get it. It just hasn't like necessarily panned out into huge performances. It's all good. Saquon Barkley is somebody that I think is coming around as well. You could see the health, really starting to come back. I think he's getting a little bit more juice in his legs. And yeah, if you have an opportunity to go get Saquon Barkley, I would absolutely go do that. The only problem with that, I think everyone kind of sees that.
Trading is one of the tougher things to give analysis on because you just don't know behavior of people. Like if one of your league mates drafted Saquon Barkley and they're already pissed that he hasn't produced, well, it's like you have to put this in perspective. If Saquon Barkley is on your roster, also we have to also say too, like this advice could potentially not just be like for you to go buy low, but like if you have AJ Brown and Saquon Barkley on your team, don't use the weenie words we talked about up top. I'm nervous. I'm panicked. We don't panic. This is the point here. So if you are someone that rosters Barkley right now, let's remember the perspective that we should have here on this player, which is this was no lock that he was even going to be playing at this point of the season. He was not optimistic about his health this offseason. The team was kind of whether he was going to be available for week one. The fact that we got him out there in week one, that's a win. Gibson, though, I know for a fact people are freaking out about Antonio Gibson because it was a primetime game that we watched last week. And J.D. McKissick ripped off a big play in the passing game and took a goal line touch, which was extremely tilting. And I say this as somebody that has Antonio Gibson.
Me too.
So many teams. But Gibson still has touched the ball 38 times. That is top 10 among running backs right now. Again, keep perspective that in week one, Antonio Gibson got all of the backfield work. And J.D. McKissick touched the ball once, so like that. And that was a much more normal script for the Washington football team. Primetime bias is absolutely real. Island game bias is absolutely real. And the fact that Antonio Gibson, in a theoretical good spot, kind of shat the bed for people in week two, they'll absolutely be there will be much more anger about that because we all watched it happen as opposed to if it just happened. Like the fact that we got so many good indicators in week one doesn't even matter anymore because the primetime bad game happened.
Is anyone actually thinking about buying Michael Carter right now? Talk to me about that because I'm thinking like I'm utterly uninterested in the Jets backfield. Like what?
I totally get it. I was ready to feel that way too. But I think Michael Carter kind of played well in context, right? Like, I mean, he caught 2 passes, 3 targets, but he had 88 total yards, was clearly getting the most playing time, 35 snaps to 33 for Ty Johnson. Tevin Coleman played just 6 snaps. Michael Carter, 15 to 14 in terms of routes run with Ty Johnson. So, this is another one similar to like Jakobi Meyers or Brian Edwards. Like those guys might have been dropped. Same with Michael Carter. I'm sure Michael Carter got dropped after week one.
Right.
I wouldn't mind. That's that type of buy low. Like maybe go buy him now.
11 carries, 59 yards, 5.4 yards per attempt, which is pretty good. The problem for me is how much work is he going to get in the passing game? And also just how much is he going to be on the field? Like Ty Johnson and Michael Carter literally splitting snaps, basically not even 50-50. They're both like 45-45. Right. So neither one of those guys is on the field, even 50% of the offensive snaps. You're talking about, that's tough.